Wild boars are causing serious damage to farms in the United States and Poland. In the U.S., they destroy crops and livestock, costing farmers $2.5 billion 0 cents every year, with Texas alone facing $1.5 billion 0 cents in losses, according to the USDA APHIS 2020. In Poland, the fertile Pomeranian fields lose millions of dollars annually due to these animals. This video shows how hunters in both regions work to protect farmland by controlling the wild boar population. Wild boars are not native to the U.S. They were brought over in the 1500s by European settlers. Their population has grown to 6 to 9 million across the country. With 2.6 million in Texas, as reported by the Texas Parks and Wildlife Department 2023. A single female boar can produce 41 piglets per litter, with 1 or 2 litters each year, according to USDA APHIS 2021. They tear up crops like corn and soybeans, erode soil, and spread diseases such as African swine fever, which threatens the $20 billion 0 cents livestock industry. Farmers face constant challenges as these animals invade their land. Hunters are stepping in to address this problem. In Poland's Pomeranian fields, teams use trained dogs and rifles to track and eliminate wild boars. These animals, weighing up to 400 pounds, can destroy entire fields overnight. In Texas, the problem is even bigger. So, hunters use advanced methods like shooting from helicopters to cover large areas. The Texas Parks and Wildlife Department allows year-round hunting with no bag limits to reduce the boar population. These efforts are critical to protecting farmers' livelihoods. The hunt begins early in the morning. In Poland, hunters spread out across grassy fields, following tracks left by wild boars. They move carefully to avoid alerting the animals. A 400-pound boar can run at 30 miles per hour, making it a dangerous target. When a boar charges out from the bushes, hunters must act fast. A well-placed shot stops the animal, preventing further damage to crop. The The USDA reports that wild boars cause $800 million, 0 cents, in crop damage and $200 million, 0 cents, in livestock losses each year in the U.S. Every boar taken down saves valuable resources. In Texas, the scale of the problem requires a different approach. Hunters use helicopters to spot and target large groups of boars. A single trip can eliminate 50 to 100 animals, though this only reduces the population by 20 to 30%, according to TPWD 2023. The animals scatter when they hear the noise, but skilled hunters can still hit their target. These efforts are effective, but not enough to stop the population from growing by 20% each year. The challenge is constant, as boars are smart and adapt quickly. Wild boars are not just a problem for crops, they can be dangerous to people. The USDA notes that they cause at least 20 human attacks annually in the U.S., mostly in Texas and Florida. Their sharp tusks and aggressive behavior make them a threat. Hunters face risks every time they track these animals, especially in dense forests or at night. Despite the danger, they continue to protect farmland and communities. Hunting is only part of the solution. Other methods like traps and fences are also used to control wild boars. The USDA APHIS 2021 is investing $20 million, 0 cents annually in research, including smart traps and birth control drugs for boars. These drugs are still in testing and not widely available. Farmers are also planting crops that boars avoid and building stronger fences to protect their fields. These efforts aim to reduce the need for hunting over time. The fight against wild boars is ongoing. Hunters in Poland and Texas have removed hundreds of animals, saving crops and livestock. However, the population continues to grow, and new solutions are needed. Scientists, farmers, and hunters are working together to find better ways to manage this problem. The USDA and TPWD provide resources to support these efforts, including guidelines for safe hunting and trapping. Protecting farmland is critical for food security in rural communities. By controlling wild boars, hunters help farmers keep their fields productive. Visit usda.org/newstrattrade, texasmeatas.org/tpwdtexas.org, To learn more about how you can support these efforts, like and subscribe to stay updated on the battle to save our farm. These razorback hybrids, born from artificial insemination pairing domestic sows with wild boar semen, yield 6 to 10 piglets per litter after 114 days. They are tough, meaty, and carry the soul of America's frontier. In 22, a brutal swine flu swept my farm, wiping out 60% of my herd. But the hybrids, they stood strong, proving their grit. Always pick a wild boar with a broad chest for semen, I tell new farmers. It boosts litter size. The USDA notes hybrid pork fetches $15.00 per pound, powering a $1,200,000,000 specialty meat market, 2024. Yet it's not just profit, it's heritage. This pork tastes like the smokehouse suppers of my youth. Ever wonder what your ancestors' pork tasted like? Comment below. But crossbreeding sparks debates, ethical, legal, and cultural. Let's explore the fields and processing factories to uncover the truth. Crossbreeding is part science, part the future of processing factories. On my farm, I use artificial insemination with wild boar semen collected via high-tech machines, hitting an 85% success rate, National Pork Board 2024. Natural breeding works, but wild boars are ornery. My steel pens cost $10,000 to build. Check sows for heat twice daily, I advise. Miss the 21-day cycle, and you're out of luck. Ultrasound tech ensures healthy piglets, but setup costs run 15% higher than standard barns. USDA 2023. Transporting hybrid pigs requires specialized equipment and close attention to animal welfare. These pigs are typically moved in climate-controlled trailers with advanced ventilation, water misting systems, and noise insulation to reduce stress during transit. However, because hybrids are more sensitive to heat and motion, long hauls can be challenging. In the 2023 heat wave, I had to add ice packs to the truck's water system. Says Jim, a 58-year-old hauler from Joplin, Missouri. It kept the pigs calm and hydrated. Transportation costs can consume up to 12% of total profit, especially when strict animal welfare standards are met. Despite the cost, hybrids offer major benefits. They contain 15% less fat than traditional breeds, Texas A&M 2024, making them ideal for modern processors. Maria, a cutter in Iowa, explains, "With hybrids, we trim closer to the bone and cut waste by 10%. This results in leaner cuts and more efficient production."
Could have devastating consequences on Iowa farmers.
Challenges loom large. The 2024 Farm Bill's tariffs hiked AI equipment costs, hitting small farmers hard. Culturally, some Missouri locals argue hybrids dilute purebred traditions. Ethically, the Humane Society pushes for roomier pens, citing boar stress. Dr. Ellen Carter, an Iowa State researcher, warns a 2023 E. coli outbreak traced to a processing factory showed we need stricter sanitation. What's the hardest farm lesson you've learned? Share below. Despite hurdles, hybrid pork's promise shines through. Hybrid pork is a time machine on a plate. One bite and I'm back in my grandpa's Missouri smokehouse, the air thick with hickory. At $15.00 per pound, it's driving an 8% surge in specialty meat sales, USDA 2024. It's sustainable too. Hybrids need fewer antibiotics, cutting emissions by 10%, EPA. In a St. Louis processing factory, chefs craft razorback hams that wow diners. Marinate hybrids in apple cider for 24 hours, I tell folks. It tenderizes the meat. But it's not all rosy. Big agribusiness, backed by Farm Bill subsidies, overshadows small farmers like me. Ethical concerns persist, and animal welfare groups demand freer-range hybrids. Dr. Carter's pushing for cleaner processing factories, a must after recent health scares. Still, this pork's worth it. A Springfield market customer told me, "This tastes like my dad's farm in '65. What's your favorite pork memory? Drop it in the comments. Hit your local market for hybrid pork. Choose deep red cuts and grill slow at 275 DGF. Let's keep America's farm legacy alive. Like, subscribe, and share your stories. Cue my barn at sunset, pigs grazing, and a drone sweeping over Missouri's hills. Hank's secret weapon is a corral trap, a no-nonsense setup that's as tough as the Texas sun. It's a 30-foot circle of heavy-duty wire mesh held up by steel T-posts you can grab at any feed store. The whole thing costs less than $200, 0 cents. Proof you don't need deep pockets to take on hogs. The key is a spring-loaded gate, rigged to slam shut when the time's right. Hank buries the mesh a foot deep to stop those crafty hogs from tunneling out, a trick he picked up after a few early ones slipped away. It's a design honed by years of hard-won lessons, built to outlast the toughest herds. Getting hogs into the trap takes more than a good build. It takes cunning. Hank uses fermented corn, a smell hogs can't resist, spreading it around the trap for days to lure them in. Hogs are sharp, he says, leaning on a fence post. You've got to make them think it's safe. He scatters the bait in a wide arc, letting the hogs grow bold before they step inside. It's a patient game, one that rewards the kind of know-how passed down from his granddad, who chased hogs with nothing but dogs and grit. What makes Hank's trap next level is a bit of modern tech. He's got a trail camera feeding live video to his phone, paired with a remote trigger for the gate. At night, while the hogs sniff their way to the corn, Hank watches from his porch, ready to act. When the whole herd's inside, he taps the screen and the gate crashes shut, trapping them all. Just last week, he caught 20 hogs in one go, saving his sorghum from another round of ruin. It's the kind of victory that feels like punching back. Hank's been battling hogs since he was a boy, and it's never been easy. Back then, his granddad taught him to track hogs through the brush using rope and sheer will. We didn't have cameras or fancy gates, Hank chuckles, but we got it done. Early on with his corral trap, hogs would spook at the gate's shadow or avoid the bait if he wasn't careful. Hank learned to check the trap daily, tighten every bolt, and spread the corn just right to keep them coming. Each setback made his method stronger, and now it's a well-oiled machine. Catching hogs is only the start. Hank turns a pest into a resource by processing them for meat. Under a shady pecan tree, he field dresses each hog with steady hands, then butchers it into ribs, chops, and sausage. Freeze it for a month, he advises, wrapping a cut in butcher paper, and it's as good as anything you'd buy. It's practical work, rooted in the self-reliance that's kept his family's ranch alive for generations. Every slice of the knife is a step toward reclaiming his land. Hank shares his cog meat with folks down the road, from old-timers living alone to families making ends meet. As he shares the weight of a chair's way of life, he responded to a meeting of a former's job is to look out for his own. As he hands a package of sausage to a neighbor across a fence, their quiet nod carries the weight of a shared way of life. In Texas, these small gestures are what hold communities together. Hank's ranch is proof his method works. Fields once churned up by hog tracks are green again, with crops standing tall. He sets his trap year-round, especially in spring when hogs are hungriest, and he's caught over 150 since he got it dialed in. This trap's a game changer, Hank says, standing by the corral as the morning light hits his hat. It's simple, it's cheap, and it'll save your farm. His words carry the weight of a man who's fought hard and won. Got a hog problem on your land? Share your tricks in the comments. We'd love to hear how you're fighting back. If Hank's story hit home, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more real-life tales from America's heartland. Next week, we're hitting the Gulf Coast to meet a shrimper with a story that'll reel you in. Don't miss it. Yet from this menace comes a prize, mouth-watering sausage that lands on family tables.
Daisy chains or something? I don't know. Well, the daisy chains will be tied.
Yeah,
Yeah.
them up a little higher.
Put them up high.
How do American farmers turn a destructive beast into a culinary triumph? The answer begins with the hunt, a blend of grit and tradition that pulls you into their world. Why do middle-aged farmers take on this challenge? For many, like Jake in Texas, it's about protecting their land and passing down self-reliance to their teams. With rifles, camouflage, and loyal dogs, they step into the wild, hearts racing. The boar's cunning nature, quick and unpredictable, keeps them sharp. One wrong move could cost the shot or more. What's a skill you've honed under pressure? As dawn breaks, Jake spots a massive boar in the brush. Can he outsmart this wily foe? How does a farmer close in on a beast that's all muscle and instinct? Jake and his dogs track the boar through dense woods, following heavy prints in the mud. The tension spikes as they corner the 180-pound animal, its eyes flashing defiance. With steady hands, Jake takes a clean, ethical shot, a moment that pulses with respect for nature, a value many Americans cherish. What traditions in your life carry that same depth? What happens once the boar is down? Field dressing is a race against time to preserve the meat. Jake's knife cuts with precision, cleaning the carcass as the morning sun climbs. The work is raw, the scent of earth, the weight of the animal, but it's a craft perfected over years. Back at the farm, the boar is butchered, with shoulder and belly cuts saved for sausage. Avoiding gamey flavors is a challenge that piques curiosity about the next step. How does this rugged meat become a gourmet delight? The secret lies in the artistry of sausage making, where skill meets flavor. What transforms wild boar into a sausage that rivals fine charcuterie?
Well, the daisy chains will be tied.
Yeah,
Yeah.
them up a little higher.
Put them up high.
Okay, so the moment of truth.
In a weathered barn, Jake grinds the meat, mixing in spices like fennel, garlic, or smoked paprika. Southern farmers might spice it with Cajun flair, while Midwesterners favor herb blends, each recipe a nod to local pride. Wild boar sausage, leaner than pork, delivers a bold taste that surprises even seasoned foodies. The The mixture, balanced with just enough fat, is stuffed into natural casings, a family task that feels like a ritual. What dish in your life ties you to a place or memory? How does the sausage get its smoky perfection? Hours over hickory infuse it with an aroma that fills the air. The links emerge golden and taut, ready for the grill. At a family barbecue, Jake serves them with cornbread, the first bite a burst of juicy, smoky flavor. This isn't just food, it's a victory, turning a pest into a sustainable delicacy. Some farmers share their sausages at local markets, feeding their communities. Have you ever tasted a dish and wondered about its journey? What does it take to go from field to table? American farmers like Jake use skill, tradition, and heart to craft wild boar sausage, a story of resilience and flavor rooted in the land. Next time you enjoy a sausage, consider the hands that wrestled nature to make it. Want to explore this tradition? Visit a local farm or restaurant serving wild boar sausage. What's a food story from your area that deserves a spotlight?